breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
Watch, drunk Trump-hating senator questions CIA and NSA directors, gets busted big time. Trump-hating Senator Jack Reed, the ranking member of Armed Services Committee, returned from a lunch break totally inebriated and insisted on questioning the CIA and NSA directors. He slurred his words and went on a bizarre tirade about wacky Russian conspiracy theories, clearly suffering from Trump derangement syndrome, as those present try not to laugh out loud. Well, after enduring his drunkenness for a few minutes, Senator Reed got busted, big time. Trump derangement syndrome is bad enough, but suffering from TDS and being drunk is horrible. That is exactly what happened to Democratic Senator Jack Reed, who had clearly indulged in a liquid lunch, then refused to stand down when it came time for him to question all the top intelligence community directors. Reed was on a mission, and that mission was to get to the bottom of the Russians allegedly taking over our democracy and making Donald Trump our president. As the conservative Treehouse reports, Senator Jack Reed, ranking member of Armed Services Committee, began his midday slurration with a resist we much effort to continue the vast White House Russian conspiracy narrative. They add, he slowly morphed into a weirdly sounding intoxicated demand for the NSA, CIA and intelligence officers to give him specific examples of their efforts to combat quantum cyber intelligence operations. Eventually, Adney Dan Coates grabbed the wheel and stopped Senator Reed from going full Chappaquiddick. Dan Coates is President Donald Trump's Director of National Intelligence, and as Reed started rambling about the Manhattan operation, everyone present knew this guy was close to being escorted out by security. In case you don't know, the Manhattan Project was the World War II name for the secret mission for scientists to create the first nuclear weapons. You may agree or disagree, but collecting intelligence and then acting on it are two different things, slurs Reed, while holding up the peace sign. Later, at about the 6:10 mark in the video, he gets on a drunken roll about the Chinese and AI, artificial intelligence, then Coates tries to rescue him by saying they can't talk about this in an open setting, which makes Reed start laughing. Finally, at about 6:25 in the video, Reed gets back on his obsessive thoughts, slurring some more, and you can see Senator Kamala Harris trying not to laugh as Senator Joe Manchin to her left cannot contain himself. Below is the almost 7-minute video of Senator Reed's questioning session. CTH reports, it's doubtful you can find a more succinct example of TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, than a seemingly inebriated Democrat senator asking the aggregate intelligence apparatus, during a public session of Congress, to give specific details of U.S. covert intelligence efforts to thwart Russian, Chinese and North Korean cyber warfare. Well, Americans who are watching this debacle are extremely upset that Reed, who has been nothing but a thorn in Trump's side, had the audacity to show up drunk to a public intel hearing, then start to ramble on about potentially classified information. On Reed's webpage, he writes, President Trump seems to have a difficult relationship with the truth, and this type of reckless rhetoric undermines both his credibility and U.S. national security. Reed continues, it is deeply disturbing that the President of the United States continues to trust the word of Vladimir Putin over the unanimous judgment of U.S. intelligence agencies. Reed adds, that is a slap in the face of the brave men and women who risk their lives to gather intelligence and defend our nation. As we continue to learn more about President Trump's ties to Russia, and his